Hello and welcome back to my channel. So today I've pushed my Lola to rank 30, 1000 trophies on the Showdown Plus map Skull Creek. And I'm going to be giving you some of my tips that helped me push my Lola to the 1000 trophy milestone. So yeah, let's go into the first game with the first tip. Alright, going into the first game here. So we first start off by getting these trying to get these 3 boxes, and we see the surge coming, so we're going to try and push the surge. We get a couple good shots to him, so we're going to push that, and we managed to secure the kill on that surge right there. I'm not sure what he was doing right there. He didn't even try to teleport out, but yeah, it doesn't matter. It was a free 2 trophies right there. So now we see this Edgar, and we're going to try to push him, but we see him get super, so we're not going to push that because, well, he could just delete us. Because, well, we don't have super yet, so we don't have the insane damage output just yet. So now we see this Edgar. Now we're going to try to push that. He jumps away from me, but this Buzz does get that kill right there. Should kind of upset because I almost could have killed the Edgar by myself. But now we're going to try and push this Buzz because this Buzz stole my kill. And I'm just being mindful. But he does go for the surge right there. So that means that we can easily push him, and me and the surge are definitely going to work together and get this Buzz out. But the first tip that I want to give you is the star power that you want to be using. And the star power that you want to be using is Lola's first star power called Improvise, I'm pretty sure. And it pretty much gives Lola's final shot, her third shot in her ammo bar, 30% more damage. The reason why you want to be using this one is because not only does it just help Lola burst down brawlers much easier, even though she already has insane burst damage already. But her second star power doesn't really help out, and it's not even in the game right now as of this recording. However, it doesn't really help Lola much. It only heals you 600 health if your pet is shooting at you. However, sometimes it's kind of hard to control where your why do I keep calling it pet? Her ego is shooting. Sometimes it's a bit hard to control wherever her ego is shooting, and I just prefer using that extra damage as it just helps out a lot. So yeah, and it just makes for some people unexpectedly pushing you, and it'll just help you secure kills by trash. So we get the kill on that Stu right there, and now we're going to try to push the surge, and we have another super, and we have 8 cubes, so we're in a pretty comfortable position right here. So I was about to try and use my ego and try to get some shots right there, but it does die right there. And now we're going to try to laser this surge right there, and we easily get rid of that surge right there. So yeah, that was the first tip that I wanted to give you, which is using the improvised star power. So yeah, let's go into the next game with the next tip. Alright, heading into the next game here. So the next tip that I want to give you is how you should be placing your ego. So, just in general, you just want to be throwing it on top of yourself. It would just make it so much easier for you to use. The reason why it's just so much easier is because you don't really need to focus about it. Because if it's right on top of you, then it's pretty much just going to be extra damage for you. And with your gadget, which gives your ego 75% shield, it pretty much acts like a shield for you if you ever need it. So this Leon goes invis, and Leon barely makes it alive with that invis to heal. So yeah, now we're going to try to push this Leon using that gadget to keep my ego alive a bit longer. So yeah, now we're going to try to push this Leon still, and I'm pretty sure my ego dies soon. Yeah, it dies right there, sadly, but I'm close to another super, so yeah, I'm just chilling right here. I see some other Lola shots, so I'm going to try and find that Lola, and hopefully we can be some friends. But this Lola shoots at me, so I am now mindful of that Lola. So yeah, now we're going to try to... I see this Lola getting low, so I'm just going to take that Lola out. Something that you've got to keep in mind is that you are actually a bit faster than your actual ego. So even if you throw it on top of yourself, it's gonna eventually get away from you. So yeah, you gotta keep that in mind. So now we're gonna try and go for this Leon here, and he now has super. So now we're gonna be pretty scared about this Leon However, so we're just gonna predict that he's coming through that lane, and we luckily predict the correct place, and we get super, we gadget so that we take no more damage, and we easily get rid of that Leon. So yeah, that was the next tip that I want to show you. Let's go into the next game with the next tip. Alright, going into the next game here. So, in the previous tip, I said that you want to be throwing your super on top of you. However, now that if you are like a bit more like skilled with it, you can actually like, for example, throw your super ego to, for example, help you look through bushes, or you can help just like deactivate bow mines or things like that. And after this game, I'm going to show you like 2 clips that I feel like that I played pretty well in when my pet was not near me at all. And yeah, sometimes if you are having your pet not on top of you, it's still a good thing to do, because then you can, it's pretty much kind of acts like a 2v1, but not really. But it just makes it it's just a very high utility to have your, if you don't have your pet, why do I keep calling it pet? Your ego on top of you. So yeah. So now we're gonna try and push this Shelly right here. And I'm gonna try to get a couple shots in for my super. However, I'm a bit scared of this Frank because, well, if he does try to super me, then I'm pretty much dead 100%, because, well, I don't have anything to tank for me, because, well, Frank has pierce damage. So yeah, just being cautious of that. And now I'm gonna see what to do. I do split up for my pet. I try to do something right there, but Shelly does. I activated my gadget a bit too late, so Shelly does take it out right there. So yeah, now I'm gonna throw down another pet right there. Frank goes for the stun, and I'm gonna try to finish off this kill. My pet was away from me, so we did a bit less damage. However, we did manage to take out that Shelly. Now we're gonna try to take out this Primo. Now I'm gonna try to get this kill on this Primo. We do get that, and my pet was a bit further away from me, so I threw down a new pet so that I could just concentrate my fire on this one Frank. However, I'm not playing the best right now. However, I'm waiting for him to use the super. And I see him use the super, and since he's standing still whenever he uses the super, I just auto him, and I pretty much melt all of his health. Now I'm trying to get my shots with the ego, but it doesn't really work. But I do manage to get the kill on the Frank anyways. So yeah, let me just roll the 2 clips that I wanted to show you about using Lola's ego when your ego is not actually on top of Lola. So yeah, let's roll them right now. Alright, so as you can see in those clips right there, I used my pet first of all, to help me look through the bush to find the bull. And now I see that the bull, and I use my gadget to save it, and yeah, I pretty much just take advantage of my pet placement and help attack that bull, and I used it to deactivate bow mines. So yeah, that was the next tip that I wanted to give you. Let's go into the next tip in the next game. Alright, heading into the next game here, so the next tip that I want to give you is the gears that you want to be using with Lola. So, personally, there's only 3 gears that you could really choose from, which is speed, damage, and shield. Health and resistance, I'm going to be honest, they're probably the 2 useless kinds of gears because, well, I just really don't like them. So we get an easy kill on that Nita right there. And the reason why you want to only be debating between speed, damage, and shield is because, well, they're the best 3, right? So the time that you want to be using speed is when there's a lot of bush on this map. And yes, there is a lot of bush on this map. However, I feel like since it's like broken into small pieces, I'm not going to get much value out of it compared to a map like Feast or Famine, where the entire middle is filled with grass. And you'd get much more value with speed there compared to this map where there's like a bunch of like small portions of maps, if that makes sense. Also, Lola has already a very high damage output, especially with her ego. So I didn't really think that you needed to be using damage at all. So I decided to go with the shield gear right now, which is the one that I'm using. I'm not exactly sure the exact amount of health that it gives, but it's pretty much just a health boost, which is just very nice to have. So yeah, now we're gonna try to see what we're gonna do here. So you see this M's going to that top bush. However, I'm getting a bit scared of this Edgar, so I'm going to leave away from the Edgar area. So yeah, Edgar does go for the jump right there, as you can see, and I'm pretty sure he's gonna get the kill on the M's anytime soon. There we go, it happened. And now this Edgar is just in one small file, and we just literally delete that Edgar. And that's why you don't really need the damage gear at all. That's why I mean, I didn't even have damage, so I didn't try it. I mean, I do have it, but I'm not gonna purchase it or anything because, well, I don't have much right now. I only had between shield and speed, and I didn't find a lot of value in speed. However, if you're playing a map like Scorched Stone or Feast or Famine, I feel like, yes, then you could use speed. But yeah, I went with shield. So yeah, let's go into one more game, which is the rank 30 Lola game. Alright, heading into the rank 30 Lola game here. So we see this Shelly go to middle, so we're going to freely get this one box. Then we see this Gale being kind of annoying with that slow star power. So yeah, the final tip that I want to give you is you don't necessarily need to use your gadget to use it for the 25% shield. You can also use it if you want to just position yourself on top of your ego. For example, if you just want to be on top of your ego, you could, there's 2 options that you could do. You can use walls to help you position your ego using walls. It's a bit harder to do because you need better wall placement, and it's a bit harder to do. However, if you are good at it, then it is much better because, well, you're saving a gadget. However, if it's a bit hard for you, then I just recommend just using your gadget. By using your gadget, you waste that 75% shield. However, it just makes it easier for you to use your ego, right? So we see this Mortis. I'm going to try to get some shots on this Mortis with my ego. Kind of bad right there, but yeah. Now we're going to try and get this Mortis. Mortis chokes one attack, meaning that we can secure that kill right there. Shelly almost steals that kill right there, which I'm kind of mad about. So right now I'm going to try to line myself up with the walls with my pet, what I'm trying to do. However, I'm not in the best position with my ego, so I use my gadget. Now I'm right on top of my ego. So now we see this stew, and then we're waiting for the flames to disappear so we can pick up this cube. And now it's a 5 Lola versus 8 Shelly. And I have another super that I could throw down on myself. And if I ever need a shield, I have it. But the Shelly does die to the gas anyway. So yeah. That was rank 30 Lola. Overall, use the improvised star power because I feel like it's better than our second star power. Use the shield gear, however, if you're playing like a bush, a bushy map, a grassy map, where there's like a lot of bush, not like broken into pieces, but in one general location, then you should be using the speed. However, you could just go for the shield, and yeah, throw your pet on top of you. However, you can not have your pet on top of you, and you can still have a lot of utility with it. For example, scanning bushes, and deactivating bow mines. And yeah, use your gadget to place your ego right on top of you if you are having trouble, if you want your ego to be on top of you. So yeah, if you enjoyed this video, please make sure to give this video a like and subscribe to my channel. Join the Discord. Discord will be linked in the description down below. And yeah, I'll see you in my next video. Bye!